right? Yeah, so
I'm having problems pulling up the streams. Like,
did you click on? There's the link on the left, and then there's the one on the right. The one on the right is actually for me. The one on the left, I think, is what. Wait, no, that's blue. You're just pulling it from the stat sheet?
Yeah, just pulling the. Oh wait, are they on their own like?
Oh no, they're on RTMP.
Yeah. I'll get you a link. Did Mac change the formatting on the?
Mac's switching things around to make it so that all I have to do is click the link on that and it'll open up Mac SG, but that didn't work. And so now, I guess he got rid of the other one. I'm not sure. I'm going to get Mac to send you the stuff straight away. In the meantime, we are going, it seems as though our racers are actually scouting 1-1, which is weird. I'm actually kind of curious on what's going to be the strategy here, because you have 2 team scouts, but they have to play, they don't have to play on Cadence, but if they play on a different character, the shrines might be a little different. So if they play on Bard or Bolt, it's not going to be the same. Is that right, Spooty?
Yeah, it depends on the character. I can't remember we did a series of testing to figure out like which characters seeds were similar, and yeah, I can't remember the exact results of it. I think Bard was pretty similar to Cadence as far as the seed got, so it will be fairly reliable. But if you're playing on other characters like Bolt, they're actually going to see entirely different floors and such. It's a little bit weird. And it might have even changed in the DLC, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is.
But
it's hard to know. By the way, did you get the link? It's actually in the spreadsheet. It's right to the right. It says RTMP links. It's to the right of first team order, second team order, RTMP links. You click there. I didn't see it at first.
Okay, yeah, I see that now.
We got it covered. All right, so back to the race. Wait, what? I saw an Obsidian Axe, but they didn't take it. I believe that was CS1 seeing an Obsidian Axe. That almost is a surefire pickup, is it not? Maybe they're uncomfortable? I don't know.
Yeah, probably just not being familiar with the new weapons yet, because, yeah, the Obsidian Axe is super strong.
Maybe it's the fact that they knew there's an Obsidian Axe, but there was also a Shrine of Peace on the floor. Amazing.
Yeah, that could be it.
That makes a ton of sense. So they knew because their teams have already scouted it, and so they knew that they needed to hold off on picking up a weapon so that they could get themselves the good weapon.
Yep,
and we've got a different
weapon.
Seeing
CS1 going back for that Obsidian Axe right there.
I think you're gonna be a little delayed, so make sure you are on the RTMP link. Because right now I've got CS1 at 2 minutes 10 seconds.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I was I had that wrong.
All right, no problem.
No.
So both our racers are actually really, really close together right now. We got CS1 with a slight lead, and I believe a slightly better weapon, though the Titanium Cat is extremely good, and I think some would certainly argue it's better than the Obsidian Axe. What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't really had enough experience with the Axe to know for sure. I mean, I know Titanium Cat was probably my favorite weapon pre-DLC, and it's a weapon that every racer here is going to be familiar with and going to probably be comfortable with. The Axe, being a little bit of a newer thing, might not necessarily be exactly what you want. Could get you into some bad situations. It does, the Axe's attack range is pretty awkward. It's pretty, I'd say, honestly, that Axe is probably the weapon that takes the most work to learn how to really use.
Well, it kind of feels like the new Cat, because the Cat took a while to get used to, but once you got it, it's like, okay, now I got this. And I think the Axe is the same. It's like just recognizing that those immediately diagonal spots, you cannot hit there, and it's an easy way to get hit. But you can do some really interesting kills on like Minotaurs and stuff. You've got a lot of time to sort of knock them around, and it makes your life a little easier in that regard. So, I don't know. It's interesting.
All that said, though, the first boss chest having a Ring of War, I definitely give the edge to the Axe in that case.
Yeah, Ring of War is
the
awkward.
The knockback with from War is extremely strong with the Axe. You can just push down huge swarms of high HP enemies. You can just lunge into them repeatedly. It's it's basically an extension of the Rapier Ring of War.
Yeah, what makes the Rapier so good on Ring of War makes it that much better. And we've got ourselves another shrine, Shrine Get. We got the Shrine of Glass in Zone 2. Both racers picking it up pretty much back to back. So now things get a lot scarier as we're rocking the glass here. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about a little bit. We handed out the teams a little earlier than we usually post the brackets because we wanted the teams to spend a little time figuring out what their strategies were going to be in terms of who they put out, who's going to be the scouts and that sort of thing. And it's an interesting question. Do you have the best player on your team play the scout because they're less likely to die, and you're going to be slow playing a little bit anyways when you're doing this shrine run? So is that a better strategy, or do you want your best player out there going as fast as possible and probably less likely to die?
I mean, considering that I think I know that scouting is something you can probably do fairly reliably on a faster character inherently, like Bard. Then you probably want your stronger player racing. But if I'm understanding the format here correctly, they are all rotating in and out between each round. Is that correct?
That is correct. However, it is a best of 3, and so one of their racers may not race if it goes 2-0.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
So that's always something to keep in mind as well. Now, you'll probably want people to scout around or rotate around, but maybe a player on the team is going to be the best scout, and their best spot on the team is like, I'll play the third match if need be, but I should be scouting every time. Who knows? It's kind of it's such a novel format. We don't really know what the best technique is at this point. Well, they are into Zone 3 and finding the shrine. Now, it does appear like they're going directly to the shrines, which makes me think that the scouting is in fact working out really well. It's hard for us to know. We don't have the scouts streaming, and we're not sitting in the voice chats, though you can see that there is voice chats in our Necrodancer Discord, so you can see everybody in there hanging out.
Oh, and Asher losing Glass to that Ice Slam, and just as I was about to say, this is a nasty bit of a combination of shrines here, because we're seeing a Glass Shrine into a War Shrine. What Shrine of War is going to do is it's going to buff every enemy from the current floor onward, well, the next floor onward rather, to its strongest possible version. And if you break your glass like Asher just did, now you're going to be fighting nothing but black skeletons and such on a based damage weapon, and that could be really problematic.
It's going to be a problem. And I will say, has the Ring of War, has the +1 damage is good. Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, there's another shrine on Zone 3. Wait a minute. It's the War Mimic, or the Darkness Mimic.
Yeah, I would imagine, for this, if the scouts, it depends. Again, this is another question about scouting. Did Asher's team scout out that Shrine Mimic with the Titanium Bow? Because if they did, she's definitely going to want to go and pick that up.
Yes, absolutely. And I wonder, because you got to get a little close to those mimics before... I guess one of the dangers of those Shrine Mimics is you could have your team scout them out and be like, oh, found the shrine on the floor, let's go to the next floor, and then it's the Mimic. And those don't count. They're enemies. They're not shrines. So they do not count.
And it looks like either she decided didn't want the shrine or didn't want the Titanium Bow, or her teammate did not scout it, which, I mean, that could be, there's a question of how much you want to scout out, because obviously you're looking for the shrines, but there's also, okay, do you look for additional, possibly useful bits of equipment in case, your racer breaks their glass, or what? There's all,
yeah, there's no limit to what you can scout. You're welcome to scout anything in the run. You can keep note of what the boss order is. You can do any of that kind of. You can check the boss chests and see what's the best boss chest to go into. There's a ton of things you can do. Oh, and that looked like there was a Darkness Shrine get there. Am I correct?
Yes, that was 4-1 had an actual Shrine of Darkness this time. Very quick ring swap though for CS1 though, finding a Ring of Might almost immediately. So it's still gonna be on this Glass Axe though, which can be kind of scary considering the the dangers of the later zones.
Yes.
While Asher is on this much safer Titanium Axe.
Love the Titanium Axe. It's real good. Yeah, she found that in one of the shops, and I think she's pretty excited to find it. It's got to be. 3 damage axe with knockback is really strong. She's got a full heart defense as well with the charm and the shin guards, so she's She's looking pretty good. Now, she needs to... Wait a minute. Is this 4-1 set up differently? That doesn't seem right. I thought that the 4-1 was a bottom left spawn. Am I wrong about that?
No. It was top left.
Okay.
And I guess the CS1 finding a Shriner and taking Shrine of Rhythm, so he's all done with his shrines. Has to clear it out. But Shrine of Rhythm, I think a little bit... it's tough to say if that's really a great option.
It's a wonky pickup, but I will say to his credit, you know, he had the glass axe. Now he's got an obsidian axe, which is a much nicer situation.
That is true. It's a lot safer. And he does have the health to tank any, accidental damage from missed beats. It's more just that I think if Asher chooses not to go for the Shrine of Rhythm, the missing beats are really gonna give her a bit of an edge and maybe allow her to catch up.
Yeah, they'll start to add up for sure. Every, like 1/8, or I guess 7/8 the speed of your opponent. Does matter. We've seen races come down to much closer margins than that, so.
Looks like Asher missed the Ring of Might that CS1 swapped off to, but he's gonna get into this Shriner. Looks like contemplating. Oh, well, that's interesting.
So
I am not sure I would have gone for that. Choosing Shrine of Blood.
I mean, it's safe? Question mark.
And now spending a lot of time
waffling
weapons to take. Not time you really can afford right now.
I think what you would do there, if I were her, she's got 9 bombs, is pop that potion, or you pop either potion, but get the headgear, and then you can heal up your... Oh, I guess that's not necessary. It's a little safer, though. Or you can just get some cookies.
I guess at this point, maybe Asher just banking on CS1 going down, but it's not entirely likely with those 6 hearts and the potion.
Yeah, CS1 has got a very safe build right now, although jumping right into a dragon, that hurts.
That said, I mean, Shrine of War was one of the shrines here, and that's going to mean a pretty difficult Deadringer and Necrodancer, and, you can have all the build in the world, but Dorian is still going to have his same basic equipment.
That's a good point. Oh, Asher taking a ton of hits there, losing the potion. Oh my god, Ring of War, or Shrine of War is brutal. For anyone who doesn't score run, I imagine it's just like, really? This is what's going on right now? Come on, leave me alone, this is insane.
Ooh, the Telemonkey. Thankfully not really putting Asher in a bad spot, but
yeah, Asher's okay there. All right, Deadringer looked to be pretty on the rails for CS1, so CS1's gonna be moving down to the Necrodancer fight. I'm imagining this is going to be roughly par for the speed course here, 13 or so minutes, assuming CS1 has a decent Necrodancer fight here, but as you said, it's a little spooky, though has the, Grenade Charm. Good idea to notice that there. Grenade Charm, a little bit awkward when you're trying to bomb out the Necrodancer, as you can see. Wait, no, that's okay. All right, use the shield, that's fine. This is fine.
So, okay.
Yeah. Everything's fine now. CS1 should be good with that shield. But a couple of red dragons could light up Dorian, and that'd be curtains.
Yeah, Dorian is definitely the concern here. 4 hearts and a potion and obsidian armor. Not too worried about Cadence's health.
Yeah.
On top of the shield bug too. Dorian, though, while he does have that plate armor, mini bosses like red dragons and ogres will still really do a number on him. Black skeleton riders as well.
There is an ogre spawned bottom right, but with that darkness pickup, yeah, you can keep him out of the way. So that is a completed run, 13:42 race time, just above 13 minutes. But GG, that's first win for CS1. Congrats. All right, and so I guess I need to swap racers right now. I didn't think about that. So I'm gonna throw the splash screen up real quick, and we're gonna swap the racers over. Oh, I'm gonna hate myself when I try to highlight this later. All right, it's fine. So our next race is going to be Revelize. It's the same teams, Revelize on CS1's team versus Inknun on the other team. So that would be Revelize on No Return, and Inknun is Team Darkness Mimic.
Yep, pulling up the streams right now. Actually, not seeing Revelize at the moment.
Me neither. Hopefully Revelize will go live soon. I mean, I guess they were scouting, so they probably weren't streaming it. Hopefully they'll go live shortly. We've got Inknun up, though. That was a good race, though. That was really cool. I like this format. I think it's really fun. Maybe we'll see some more of that, just sort of casual racing in Necrobot, because this is pretty cool. It's a very interesting format.
Really kind of interesting to see how much build variance we had, despite the fact that, you know, not only are we playing on the same seed, we're playing on the same seed that is, you know, being scouted by, you know, teammates for, like, the best equipment. And yet, by 1-2, we already had radically different builds.
Well, I think the large factor there was the difference between deciding on the Titanium Cat versus the Obsidian Obsidian Axe. And then, of course, with the Glass Shrine, now you've got glass of both of those things. That was sort of the story there.
Yeah, even beyond that, though, we saw CS1 with, like, a Glass Shrine giving him a torch and glass slippers, you know, the whole outfit. Whereas Asher's still on, you know, just the cat and the Ring of War, so not really getting as much benefit. Well, debatable benefit. You know, Glass Torch does have the aggroing of all the spirit enemies, which I know a lot of players really dislike. But you know, Glass Torch does give you mapping, but again, you have teammates scouting for you, so do you really need that?
And also, Glass Torch with Shrine of War is really scary, because you've got like crazy aggro of all the biggest baddies in the game, so you gotta watch for that. All right, just waiting on a couple ref things in the background, and then we're gonna get things started. So, by the way this tournament's gonna work, way it's gonna shake out, if you wanna see what the tournament bracket looks like, actually, this is a perfect time for me to pull that up. I forgot, I set this up. Look at that, oh, it looks good. So there's our bracket. We've got Team No Return. Hold on, this looks a little bit, I can fix this, make it look a little nicer. Nope. Give me a moment. So we've got Team No Return versus Team Darkness Mimic right now. Then we're gonna see. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Then we're gonna see Risk Team versus Blood Team coming up. So these are all named after shrines. All right, you know what? I don't know what's happening here. It's fine. You can read it. Maybe I can just do this. That makes everything a little better. All right, looks like we are ready to get going. So this is gonna be round 2. Remember, this is a best of 3. So if No Return wins again, they're gonna take it and move on to the winners finals. This is a double elimination, so that's kind of how it works there. So it moves quick when you've only got 4. All right, and we are off. Here we go. So once again, we've got Revelize on, and they're already up 1. They're Team No Return. And we've got Inknun, who's Darkness Mimic. So Inknun looking to tie it up here. Very important. Definitely in terms of racer skill, Inknun is extremely good. And he's going to be the better racer here. But it's a matter of what does his teammates, who are the scouts, give him. Because he can do his best on his own, but you know he's going to want to have some quality scouting. How's it going, everybody in chat, by the way? Thanks for being here. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We've got Season 5 coming up very soon. Is it next week? Oh my goodness. It might be next week. That's insane. I think it starts next Sunday. So that's really exciting.
I am not ready for that at all. I was playing Cadence today, and oh boy.
That surprises
some questionable plays, to say the least.
Well, I think it's just the DLC. There's such a complete paradigm shift in a lot of the ways that the game's played, and I feel like really it did up the difficulty. I don't know. I can't tell you what about it upped the difficulty, but I'm finding my PB attempts, I am just failing after failing, and I've been playing a decent amount of this game, and I just find that whatever it is, it went from like an 8 difficulty to about a 9.5. That's the way I'm feeling.
Interesting. We're seeing both players go back to the shop for a torch of walls that must have been scouted out, which kind of seems like an odd decision since, again, you know, you have teammates scouting for you. So is mapping really that essential?
I'm going to say, yeah. I think that the mapping, because you've only got 2 scouts. I know that's more than ever with any. Oh, we got a quick Shriner, too. And speaking of mapping.
See, they backed all the way up for the Torch of Walls.
Right.
Now they're taking Shrine of Darkness. Anyway.
Never mind. I'm going to revert on everything I was about to say. You're 100% correct. That was a dumb play. That's okay. So the early darkness, that's like got to be the shrine you're looking for. And there's an early Shrine of War. This is going to be a great run. Early Shrine of War is always funny. And then the early darkness for the mapping. I love it. Now, I believe only Revelize has gotten the early Shrine of War. Is that correct? No.
No.
Oh, no. Based on the equipment that they're both holding. They both touched the Shrine of War. That's right. Ooh. And the black chest was not a good one. Revelize unhappy, picking back up his dagger. I don't know what it was. Was it a whip?
I believe it was a blood harp.
I'd take that over a base dagger.
Well, I think I don't know
dagger
if
facing
Revelize
though.
was on the spear, but Inknun's on his. Ooh. Oh no, Inknun!
Oh,
Okay,
he handles
I
it very nicely. Yeah, that's really spooky. Forgetting
Yeah, I think
maybe that
Inknun,
Coral
just
Rift-
going for the Coral Rift 1 quick kill, not remembering that Coral Rift has 7 hearts now. But yeah, handling it nicely.
I will point out, it was in sort of the pre-show, but it's something worth mentioning once again. The monocle is insanely strong for this type of run, because not only does it show you the secret shops, and both getting rid of it, Inknun going for the Miner's Cap. I was going to say, it shows you the secret shops, and it also, I guess they don't need that as much now that they've already got the Shriner, but still, it's good. And then also, it shows you the shrines, so, it makes your life a lot easier. It makes scouting not as necessary, but both going for the Miner's Cap, that's a choice of speed over, I guess, strategy in that sense, or it's a strategy of selecting speed, I guess. Interesting.
Yeah, Revelize looking like he's currently got the lead, but not by too much. Inknun trailing right behind.
Now Inknun getting
Shrine
the
of
Shrine of Space
for the 2/2, which interesting enough, the Ring of Darkness does let you, or Ring of Shadows rather, does let you steal the items
minute.
offered by shrines.
Okay, Revelize bombed the Shrine of Space without touching it. But he can still go. He's got 2. He better not. He reset. Oh,
He reset.
he didn't need to reset.
Probably just went on to autopilot, thinking like, oh,
But
I
he
just got a
already had a
miner's
map
cap.
too. That's so
But let's get a
frustrating.
map. Yeah, but you already have a map too. But
the thing is,
you
he
can't
got.
bomb it.
You can skip 1 shrine. He just needed to get the other 3 shrines in the run. Oh no! Why did you reset? Well, that's gonna make things interesting. Now Inknun can slow play and make sure that he wins this to send this to a game 3. Oh man, that
Revelize
is.
had a small lead up to that point. Not commanding, but he was leading the pack there, and now we're looking at a 2-zone deficit.
That is tragic. Also,
And
Shrine Get Zone.
3-1 Shrine. Yeah,
Yep.
3-1 Shrine. Shrine of Chance, really easy one. You just bump it, get an item. Whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of these racers are probably going to have the luck charm too, so it's a good one to find.
Okay, you know what this means. Now that Inknun has a full 2-zone lead, we get to watch the legendary Inknun slow play.
I forgot about that. That's true. Oh, I didn't realize, according to chat, Revelize skipped War. The Shrine of War early. He didn't want to have a war run, so he needed that shrine.
Oh yeah, that's right. If he had taken War, we would have seen him get the monocle from it, which is where Inknun picked it up. Because kind of an effective War that tends to be forgotten about is it randomly gives you either a monocle or Circlet of Telepathy.
Yeah.
It's mostly kind of just like a little side thing. I think it's to kind of solidify its status as a score shrine, since those will reveal all the spirit enemies for you. But in most cases, people just kind of forget about it. But,
Yeah, it's like, okay, whatever, it does one or the other, but in this case, Monocle is way better than Circlet.
Inknun thankfully not making the mistake of throwing his dagger of phasing at the shopkeeper.
Always a good time, though. Always a good time. I love that.
I think that's a mistake everyone loses a run to.
Yeah, at least
point
one
or
time
another.
you're gonna do that in your life and laugh, and all you can do is laugh. All right, well, Silly Bear's asking, does Inknun even know how to slow play? Well, let me tell you. Silly Bear. He certainly has his own brand of slow play. It's, he kind of has two speeds. Really fast and, like, unbelievably slow. He's actually doing not too bad right now, so I don't want to give him too hard of a time, but in the past, he had some pretty funny runs. Anyway, I will point out one thing we didn't mention about the Shrine of War that's kind of spooky, and what we saw with that Coral Rift fight is that it also ups the level of the level or the zone boss. And because the zone bosses now go to 5, you get all the zone 5 bosses for every boss fight that you get to, which is a little scary, especially when Coral Rift has what, like 8 health, 7 health?
7, I believe.
That's a lot.
But yeah, that's exactly like we saw, thankfully the backup strats after the fireball didn't kill were just enough to kill, where he after the fireball just placed a bomb to finish Coral Rift off and was able to close it out. Thankfully Tentacles didn't get in the way. Oh, and Inknun finding a potion with 9 hearts on deck and a heal spell and chainmail
and piercing. I mean, this is gonna be good. He's gonna be probably fine.
Yeah, he's gonna have a hard time really taking a dive in this one. So I
if
think
I'm not mistaken, he's got 4 shrines, right? No, this will be number 4 here. No, this will be number 5.
Yeah, no, he has 5. Yeah. He has 4, I believe. Unless I missed, there it is. It's Shrine of Peace.
Oh, nice. Okay,
which is actually really easy because you just throw your dagger facing to the side and then you take it. And now you're up to 10 hearts with the potion.
No problem. Thanks for. Yeah, it kind of sucks that they nerfed the shrines for our purposes, because it would have been a lot of fun to have him be like, okay, I guess all my build's gone now. Because it used to, of course, revert your build entirely back to starter build, except for, I guess, your hearts and if you have a Ring of Peace, I think.
Your bomb stayed the same as well, but yeah, otherwise you got dumped back to your starting build.
All right, so this is going to be actually a really fast run, and that's partly because of, I think, just the gear. And maybe some good scouting. It was a lot of it was like 3-1, 2-1, I think, shrines. When you have the early shrines, you spend a lot less time. Like if you're the scout, you're scouting, and then you're like, okay, it's on 3-1. Let's speed run through the rest of Zone 3 to find where the shrine is for Zone 4. So maybe where you're seeing a bit of that.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I guess I haven't played the Dagger of Phasing enough, but apparently it seems to be instantly destroying the skulls as they spill out of the or the skeletons as they spill out of the skull. I didn't know the Dagger of Phasing did that.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I remember that happening a long time ago. I actually had forgotten, so I was surprised too when I saw it, but I was like, oh wait, yeah. When I first was playing the DLC, that was happening.
Again, we're seeing effects of Shrine of War here on this Deadringer fight. All those mini bosses are the stronger versions. The sarcophagi are black, but same strats still apply. So
that was one way to do it. I love the just bomb yourself because you have way too much health. But like before, the real issue here is Dorian. Dad's the problem. He's the weak one in this situation. Cadence has been working out. But it does look like Inknun here is going to be tying this up, so we're going to be going to a Game 3. So for our racers, we've got the third round is going to be... Hold on. Oh my goodness. Too many things. Oblivion versus King Torture. Should be a good race. I know King has done a number of these races. He's tried them out. Oblivion knows how to meme, so we'll see how it goes. So Inknun winning for his team. So Shrine Mimic is on the board.
Easy, pretty easy Necromancer fight there.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna swap over the racers real fast and get going on race number 3 of this first set.
So these are, we've had 2 Shrine of War runs back to back, and we still haven't seen one of those terrible, those terrible days of Shrine of War where Necrodancer just continuously spawns blue dragons. I definitely remember there being a daily back in the day where it was a Shrine of War seed, and the Necrodancer was seeded to immediately spawn 2 or 3 blue dragons, pretty much. And it was just a big wall of deaths at the top of the leaderboard.
That's hilarious.
that fight, when Shrine of War chooses to give you a bad day, you are gonna have a really bad day.
Shrine of War is such a punk. It's so fickle. Yeah, when you've got like, also when you get the double red dragon in the Necrodancer fight, that's so confusing. Because you have like or I guess even just one red dragon, if you're staggered at all with Cadence, you can aggro him with Cadence, so he starts to breathe his fire, and then you jump up and Dorian gets slammed or something like that. It can be real weird. The kinds of mechanics you're not used to unless you play a lot of dad mode. Which, by the way, I just want to give a quick little shout out to the modes section of the DLC, and there should be just a straight up dad mode IMO. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, Oblivion does not. Okay, looks like he's addressing it. I was about to say he's not playing Condor Zoom, and
nope, he wasn't, and he was also playing windowed and showing his entire desktop. It was good times. All right, so we're gonna get this race underway. Now the rules are that the scouts can't start scouting until the go as well.
Yeah, that's that makes sense. Otherwise, you'd know exactly what to expect the entire way through before you even start running. Okay, so it looks like we've got an immediate flash up with
so
the
this
spear.
Is probably a throw.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see both racers attempt to get the kill here. Actually, no, King Torture just resetting and ignoring it.
King Torture deciding to not. Okay, I don't know why. Did he just turn off the beat bars?
Yeah, no, Oblivion doesn't play with beat bars, so I'm not quite sure why he had them turned on to begin with. But,
yeah. Whatever.
Choosing to skip the glass jaw, though, which I think is totally fair.
Yep, unless you, of course, find a transmute, and you can then try and transmute. The immediate glass right away.
The first shrine
is
a glass shrine.
Is this the last run? It's like, oh, let's do a thing that takes a bunch of time to pretty much just completely revert it. The only difference is, Oblivion has a longer dagger and has armor, but otherwise it's the same. Just took him a little longer. Although not much longer. He's actually right behind, I guess because King Torture did have that reset.
Oh no, King Torture immediately just losing all the glass. Gonna have to reset because there was no way he was surviving that. Oblivion gonna take his time to get luck here just for a little bit of extra safety.
King Torture, though, not too far back. I mean, that was an early enough death that, in a 13-minute run or so, it's not gonna make too big of a difference.
Oh yeah, of course. It's always if you're gonna die, you want to die early. Because
exactly. Get that death out of the way, and then you're good to go. I love that Minotaur. He's here to party. Just popping out like, oh man, good stuff. So going for the torch, the red chest, the rare red chest pick. I like it.
We're seeing a little bit more commonly with Zone 5 being a thing now. Having a torch can really help to make it a little easier to figure out which rooms you should be going into. So I know a lot of racers are kind of going back to checking red chests and trying to get a torch by Zone 5.
Additionally, you have the familiar factor, which is also quite nice. Familiars are quite valuable in this game. They're really strong now. They used to suck, but now they're good. And so yeah, red chests are much more valuable. And so not even in just 5 Shrine, I would say, yeah, in general. Quite good.
Speaking of, changes, Oblivion doing a Ring Conjure and getting the Ring of Mana.
Okay.
And there's a shield spell, so it is Mana Shield, but don't quite get too excited yet because Ring of Mana is not quite what it used to be anymore.
It was tragically nerfed.
Oh yeah, it was nerfed into the ground.
Yeah,
as they would
nerfed
say.
into oblivion, as they say. Oh, but there goes the ring anyways. So easy come, easy go. So that's a shrine get for Oblivion. He's got.
Well, with old mana, you'd probably be doing anything to hold on to that mana shield. You'd probably just go, okay, I'll just find the Shriner, and because this mana shield's gonna let me go so fast. That's not the case anymore. You still get the greater shield when you cast it, but there's no more cooldown reduction, so you can't just chain shield spells together forever. It's honestly a pretty meh, low mid tier ring nowadays. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, it's a ring that does stuff. It's kind of how it feels like at this point. By the way, King Torture going down. He dropped a beat to Conga and then I guess dropped a beat with a ghost behind him and got hit. It was very strange. I showed the replay though. Very, very weird. I don't know. Also, I'm a little disappointed in Oblivion. I was reading some of their group chat ahead of time, and they're like, all right, are we going to like try to win or are we going to go for memes? And then, of course, everyone's like, well, we'll go for memes, obviously. And then they're like, okay, well, if we find the blunderbuss, we have to take it. Finds blunderbuss. Now you swap back to the glass spear. I got my eye on you,
That is
Oblivion.
disappointing.
I have my eye on you.
I am very disappointed. The blunderbuss is it's a pretty strong weapon if you know how to use it.
It's spectacular. That's what
Let
it
me
is.
tell you, I discovered today the synergies of blunderbuss Earthspell Battle Shovel.
Oh, yeah, that's delicious.
Yeah, you just encase yourself in a shell of earth, and then you bust out with an infinite damage shotgun
That's
blast.
terrifying. Okay, Shrine get for Oblivion now, and I think he'll be swapping to that Titanium Axe. Gonna bomb as well for an extra item, and it's a Blast Helm. This is
That is some
very, very
solid
nice.
safety right there.
Uh-oh. Okay, something's going a little wonky there. I don't know what just happened with my tip message, but thank you so much for the tip. I don't know why I played it like 5 times, but hey, it's okay. It's a $2.40 tip from Crow with can we get some sad faces for the tragic mana nerf, please? I think that is appropriate. We all wanted a mana nerf, but this is not like this. Let's get some sad faces and not like this is, because I think not like this is appropriate.
press some F's to pay respects. You know.
Yeah, let's
do it all.
Let's do all 3. If you can do all 3, please pick your favorite. That'd be great.
Yeah, just do all 3 in the same message. It's fine.
All right. Oblivion, oh wow, that was really fast. I think that's almost as fast as you can have a Fortissimo fight. He barely was there. And a Ring of Peace pickup, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Oblivion's in a pretty safe spot right now. His armor situation is minimal, but he still does have the glass armor. He's yet to be touched. He is, of course, quite good at this game, so it's unlikely he's going to take too many hits, but you never know. It happens. Oh, that's beautiful in chat there. I love it.
Yeah, we're seeing some mixed opinions on the Man on Earth here. Bloodshot and Smokepipe kind of spitting on Mana's grave here.
Yeah, they are. Come on, guys. We're all on the same team. Oh, wow, those iframes. Very nice play by Oblivion there to keep himself from getting hit again. So he's still got his glass armor, using some Blast Helm iframes for safety, not even for any sort of utility in terms of doing damage. Really nice. We got the shrine. You can see it down below here. So this is going to be shrine number 4. I'm pretty sure they have not seen the shrine yet. Am I wrong about that? It is
I
hard to
don't
keep
recall
track.
there being a Shrine, but
I feel like
Shrine
over
of Risk here.
Yeah, Shrine of Risk. So, you know, it's not that bad. It won't kill you if you go down to half a heart. It looks like he did lose his... Oh, those were throwing stars. I was really confused for a second there. Very nice.
Oblivion, interestingly, electing to just pop Scroll of Need immediately to get a torch. Instead of, you know, usually the standard routine for it is to hold on to it until you are low health and pop it for a potion. And since Shrine of Risk can't reduce you to 0 health, you'll just, you know, you'll remain with half a heart without taking damage from the shrine.
King Torture.
What happened to King?
He dug the wall at half a heart.
Oh,
No.
with the blood shovel.
With
Oh
the
no.
blood shove. Why did he do that? I'm showing the replay now. He just kind of pressed down. What happened, King? Oh, a couple real funky deaths here for King. I'm not sure what's going on there. But this is looking more and more like it is going to be... What the heck? I keep forgetting their team names. Team No Return. No Return's got a very good lead right now in a pretty strong situation. And also, pretty likely, they've only got to find the shrine for Zone 5, and refining mapping has actually been very valuable here. So once you have mapping, you just look for that white dot on the map. The shrines show up as white dots, and they are the only thing that show up as white dots. So it usually makes things pretty easy.
Yeah, Oblivion actually on that ring
maybe.
of regen, come to
Frog
think of it,
socks.
he's gonna pretty much invalidate the downside of the Shrine of Risk. I mean, it does mean he's not gonna start any floors at full health, but you know, what's half a heart when you're on 6?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
And okay, now, all right, he is bringing some of the memes back, though. We are seeing Boots of Leaping.
Yep, the frog socks, so he is memeing a little bit here, and that's nice.
I guess I'm not too mad at him for passing up Blunder. I still would have loved to see Blunderbuss leaving.
Oh yeah,
personally.
Blunderbuss leaping is a good time. And just bombing into that shop because it's kind of on the way. That poor shopkeeper, he's gonna have to fix that. Not only is he gonna, like, how expensive do you think gold walls would be too? Like, if you hired a contractor, it's gonna be.
He never seems to mind, you know. You bust into his shop and he just keeps singing his tune.
I think he's really passive aggressive until he's extremely aggressive. Like, he kind of just like takes it in stride, but secretly he's boiling inside. And then the next time you aggro him, he's ready to just wreck your face. I think that's what it is.
Okay, so Oblivion's found his Zone 5 shrine, and it is a shrine of peace. Going over to the shop probably to swap weapons out so he doesn't lose his titanium axe.
Yep, going for the flail. That's a perfect weapon to ditch. What?
Maybe,
he doesn't have a shovel though. He might want to go back for that, or just pick up this one.
I think trying to attack the orc, forgetting that he just gave up that flail last beat.
for a base dagger. That's good times. Good times though. Loved it. Now I will say, Axe Zone 5 is incredibly good. When you're on the conduit, just dancing around, smashing everything, it's like super strong.
Oh yeah, I mean with the Zone 5 hallways being just 3 tiles wide and an axe attacking a 3 tile wide swipe, you kind of just get the axe train going down the hallway, just run over everything with it.
Yeah, dare I say you're sort of like a Zamboni going down there, cleaning it as you go.
It's even better with War, where you just push everything down as you go.
All right, Oblivion doing his patented Oblivion strat here. Very nicely handled. I still haven't figured it out. I'm sure it's not too hard, but it's great. It looks real good.
It looks really cool, and it's really difficult. But yeah, once you actually learn it, it's fairly consistent. Oh, we see that the kind of wrist triggering on the song change is still a thing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing or not. I wasn't sure. That's annoying.
Yeah, it's a few bugs surrounding the Necrodancer fight that were present in the base game, still around. There's the shield bug that we're seeing players exploit.
I'm getting the feeling shield bug is one of those bug turn feature things. I think they might be embracing it at this point. I'm not sure. I like it. I think it's kind of neat, but I don't know. Anyway, so Team No Return takes the first one, sending Team Darkness Mimic down into the losers bracket. We do have a losers bracket. We're doing double elimination here. So GG, Oblivion winning the day for his team there. So that was a win by Oblivion and CS1 for their team. So yeah. All right, I need to like zoom this out or something. Oh, okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. All right. Our next race is going to be, though, Team Risk versus Blood. Let me put that up here. Oh, God.
Yeah, so Risk versus Blood, first racers up are going to be Paratrooper 1 and Space Cow 2455.
Alrighty. Nice. Not sure what choices they made in terms of picking. I could go read their thing probably, but it's fine. Yep. So let me get this going. Let me know when you've got your thing up.
Yep, I have the stream ready.
Nice.
Yeah, like you said, though, we're definitely seeing some of the